What is up, everybody? This is Recap Rewind. I'm J-Lag, and I'm here with
NB.
And this episode is reviewing and recapping Siesta Key Season 1, Episode 14, and it is titled Kelsey's Reality Bites.
Yes. Kelsey is the narrator for this episode, right?
Kelsey on the VO. Yeah. What did you think of the episode? Just on
I liked
top
it.
level,
I was actually
level?
like, dude, this episode was like drama. And it was like going from like the south to like the north. And it felt very much
east
like
to the west. Actually, no, that's not true.
Yeah, no, it's not coast to coast, but it felt very much like the episode in the hills when the girls, like when Lauren and Whitney go to New York.
Yes.
Like it was very much like those vibes.
That moment, yeah.
And when she met that guy, that rock star guy. But anyways, it was a really good episode. I liked it.
So that being said, since you're making the comparison, just as a quick pause and aside, because this probably is never going to happen anyway, would you watch a Madisson Kelsey spinoff?
No.
Right off the top.
You know what I mean? Okay, I really like Madison. I feel
Love
like there's
her.
story there, and I feel like she has potential.
Yes.
I'm not crazy about Kelsey. I don't know what it is about
It's her voice.
Honestly, like maybe
I realized it this episode.
maybe I don't
It's her
know.
voice.
I feel bad, but like it's like this episode I did like her more, but I'm like I still don't like her. I don't know, something about her that I'm just like
I'm not gonna
it's
lie,
boring
it's
a
her
little
voice,
bit.
it's her energy, it's what she gives off. It's very monotone. You know, like watching her, you know, this episode basically is her going and trying to get modeling gigs.
Yeah.
And just watching her try to sell herself to all these agencies, I just realized what are you doing? You're just so flat. Like flat as flat can be.
And
like,
you know,
I'm sure like we're not seeing the entire interview or whatever, but when you see her come into the interview, she's just like, hey, this is my passion. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do. I want to do editorial. And that's in my voice, like my low baritone voice.
So I totally agree with you. And a part of me was like, I don't want to believe that this was it. Like, is this it? Because I'm like, there has to be more than this. Like, she can't walk into a meeting like this. And it was funny how they all said the same thing. They were all like, your look is just not in anymore.
Right.
Like, and it's so hard to say this because it's a real person. She's a real person. I don't want to insult her. I don't want to hate on someone.
Yeah.
But it's like you walked into this world, and even one of the last designers, they were like, you look too like blonde blue eyes though.
Yeah,
like your look isn't in anymore. Like you gotta change it up a little bit. And maybe there's really nothing else about her that I click with. Yeah. So she's just sort of boring to me.
Yeah.
Whereas totally Madison's a bit different. She's different. I don't know what it is about Madison.
Well, here's the thing. Like, also, Madison's not trying to become a supermodel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the big thing too. Yeah. Is, you know, Kelsey's trying to aim for this one thing that like is very, very difficult to get into, and she's not thriving in it, obviously. And she says it at the end of the episode, which is good that she's kind of had this self-realization where she's like, I came to New York thinking I was going to conquer it. And
I didn't.
I am, like,
but at the same time, she didn't say like, maybe this isn't the right thing for me. Maybe I should go like find another career. She was like, no, I'm going to do modeling for the rest of my life.
I'm going to do commercial instead. It's like, that was your takeaway. All right, cool. All right, so let's just get into the episode. Let's just talk real quick. It starts in New York, and she sees the first modeling agency, Dream Shot Down. And this was like the hardest one. Because this was like a group of people.
It looked like this was like the biggest one.
Yeah. So it was like an exec.
Dude, that guy was so savage.
So savage. The photographer, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. He was like laughing in her face.
Oh my God.
She's like, I'd love to do editorial. He's like, oh my God.
He's like, you're never going to do that. I was like, oh my God.
I was like, that is not a like break in translation. Like, she just came for you. It was so savage.
And the other guy laughed too. Like the guy that was sitting beside her was like giggling. I'm like, guys, this is really savage.
It wasn't even just that. And then he was like, and we're done here.
Yeah. He's like, and there's our goodbye. You can leave now.
We can say our goodbyes.
I was like, oh my God.
I mean, you know, when you really think about it, these models go out there by themselves in most cases, like regardless of if you're a part of an agency or not, and you're putting your entire face and soul and heart out there and hoping that someone's gonna like you.
But I think it's
it could break you so quickly.
It's also a very superficial world. So I feel like a lot of these people that do go into these meetings maybe are gassed up about themselves anyways.
Fair enough.
And here's this guy being like, you're wasting my time. You're not going to do editorials. Like,
that's a good point.
Real talk.
That's a very good point.
So I just feel like it's the business. You know what I mean?
That's the tea. It's true. So anyway, then that cuts to Garrett getting a phone call from Juliette. She's back from Sarasota.
Oh, right. They were dating.
Right, for that hot second. She's back from Tallahassee, and they need to have a conversation because Garrett's like, yo, you didn't even call me coming into the city.
Hey, I'm in town. He's like, so you didn't even call me though? She's like, no.
So here's my question about this. Do you think at this point in time they didn't even they weren't even
no,
together?
I don't believe it.
Like, come on.
I don't believe it.
Are you serious?
I honestly think maybe they hooked up maybe one night or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think they were dating.
I think they were dating for a hot second, but not in this moment. I think this whole situation was completely set up.
I think she fucked him to make Alex jealous.
Of course.
And that was it. I don't think they were actually dating.
Super transparent. I mean, like the way this all unfolds later is very obvious. So they meet at the beach, obviously, and he's like, "Hey, girl, hey." And she's like, so what's up? And he's like, we need to talk about what went down in Tallahassee. Yeah. Your man like showed up. I'm not going to be a part of your life if he's going to be.
I love how strong Garrett was in this moment.
In this one moment.
Even though they're not, maybe they had a fake relationship, but he was so adamant. He was like, as long as Alex is in your life, I will no longer be in your life.
And I think it's good. You're right. At the end of the day, like, it's good that he finally stepped up, because he even said it himself. He's like, I'm tired of being the nice guy. Like, yeah, damn right. Like, you've been taking so long.
Yeah.
You're a fucking pushover. So it's good that he finally said, like, no, I'm done. And she was like, I just don't want there to be any hard feelings. And he's like,
there's no feelings.
I was like, oh, you just got burned.
I love that line.
And I love like
there won't be any feelings.
I love the cutaways, because they made her look really dumb in that moment. Like, he walks away from her.
They made her look dumb.
Yeah.
They made her look dumb.
Yeah.
Like, they made her look dumb. You're saying they actually tried to make her look dumb. They went out of their way to do that. You sure?
I feel like they had a few extra cuts in there that made her look stupider.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
All right. So anyway, we're moving on to Madisson gets an interview as well.
Yeah.
So
engineer girl.
So
it didn't go well though.
Here's the situation. Didn't go well. Madisson looks so nervous.
Do you believe this interview? Do you think it was real?
I do believe it.
Wow, you couldn't even finish that.
I was supposed to set up a joke. I feel like Madisson was the most nervous because she was trying to figure out where Sarah's eyebrows went.
Oh my god, you're so savage. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, whoa, there's no eyebrows there. So mean, guys. No, we can't. That's so mean.
I'm sorry, guys.
But
I just couldn't stop laughing during that moment.
For sure. And I was just like Madisson, she really like unimpressed me. I was like, girl, you went to university and you went traveling.
But I mean, that's the life, right? Like, you're in freaking Sarasota. What are you going to do?
What's the life? Your life is a vacation. Why do you gotta go to Europe every summer? She's like, yeah, I just like traveled like everywhere. All the time. And like I didn't do anything on the side. And the girl's like, so yeah, and like you're not gonna get hired. I was like, this either is really, really fake or this girl's dumb, and we're just thinking that she's smart.
She's so useless in this moment. Like, you hope for the best for these like smart, educated women, and then she's like, and this is what throws me off is like the way she's saying it. Like, she said it so bravely, Madisson. Yeah.
As if like she didn't flinch. She was like, yeah, I went on vacation every summer. I didn't do nothing on the side. And what? You're gonna hire me? Still?
And they're like, no, okay, no. She's like, I can't tell because you don't have eyebrows. So then it cuts to Siesta. Brandon is doing sound check, and I wrote down Brandon is the worst rapper of all time.
Oh God!
Just period.
Are you sure he's worse than Polly?
Close second maybe. Yeah, he's pretty awful. So he does that, and then he gets a phone call from Madisson
during the practice.
This scene felt so fake.
So fake.
She's like,
so fake.
She's like, hey, I'm so sorry I can't be there for your sound check and like for your concert. And he's like, yeah, it's okay because you are in New York right now. I'm like, she's probably in her bedroom, like down the street.
Yeah.
And they just had to like shoot the scene. But he makes it so obvious. Like, he's a very bad actor. Yeah. So she's like,
I'm so sorry I can't be there, but I kind of want to talk to you about my like experience in New York. He's like, gotta go. Bye. Phone's dying. Bye. Like, it was so fake. So even Polly was like, huh? Yeah, who's that girl? Like, your girlfriend? Confused. I didn't know you were dating.
Yeah, so there's that like fake drama.
Yeah,
let's all conclude that Brandon and Madison's drama,
and that's the hardest part is like trying to decide what's fake and what's not fake.
This is what our podcast has become. It's like what's fake and what's not fake. So then it cuts to, this is real quick, right quick. Juliette and Alex, they're cleaning.
Like that was real, I felt like.
Yeah,
right?
I'm just saying, like, we're moving on.
Yeah.
But like
I feel like that was real though.
What?
I believe that scene together when Alex and Juliette were talking. I mean, yeah.
Alex and Juliette, he's cleaning his boat.
Yeah.
And he's like, this
he's
is
like
the only physical labor
They're back
I
from
don't
school
mind
a lot.
doing. Well, he says, he's like, I'm so bored of school. Like, this is all I want to do all the time. So basically, you like dropped out of school. And essentially, she just goes, I broke up with Garrett like 5 minutes ago on the beach.
She's like, I just came from there. I broke up with him.
I came right back
now
here.
Let's get together.
And she says, I want to do this with you. Are you in this or not?
But she was like, don't be cheating on me. Because like all the other times you made me look like a fool and you cheated on me. Because we forgot to talk about the scene with Hannah, which was one of my favorite scenes of the episode in the beginning. This episode when she's like talking to her in the beginning and she's like, yo, I'm going to get back together with Alex. And Hannah's like, no. Like, you're not. He cheated on you. Like, he'll do it once, he'll do it twice, or 5 times.
I think he said it. She said that last week because I don't think she was in this. Maybe it was like previously.
It was. They went to lunch together.
Oh,
there's
I'm
a really
sorry,
funny.
Hannah,
there's a really funny gif from that moment.
Oh, okay. So yes.
But so she's trying to say like, don't make me look like a fool because everyone thinks I am right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl. You are.
So yeah, it was a super fast, like, I'm gonna be your girlfriend.
And he did that whole spiel of like, I'm a good person now. I got punched in the face. I broke my jaw.
Yeah, my life
I know
is
what
different.
life is now. Cool.
So, okay, fine. We obviously don't believe him, right? Yes? Okay.
No. Well, Kelsey kept alluding to something that something's going to happen to her.
I want to talk about this because her voiceover was so next level this episode. I couldn't even deal. I have so many moments where she like cuts by. She's like, she's going to remember this moment. She
kept like pouring it on Juliette. She's like, she's going to regret this later. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna kill her or something.
What's gonna happen? Okay, so then let's like quick cut back to Kelsey fails another modeling gig. So this is New York.
Poor girl.
They could just like one.
Is this the scene with the 2 girls?
Yes.
The swimwear. Oh my god, this scene, guys, this scene killed me because they were so savage to her.
Yeah, they were just like.
I almost felt like it was fake a little bit.
No, I think that's just like real talk. Like, here's the tea. Like, you're not.
Because if it was real, I love them. Whoever those 2 girls are, I freaking love them.
I want to buy all
when she stepped off into the room, like when Kelsey like left for a sec, she was like, she wants to be in editorials. She's like, bah!
I think that was real, which makes
so
it even
savage,
better.
Yeah.
So yeah, she doesn't get that gig either. She's like, sorry about it. Maybe there's next season.
Yeah.
And maybe dye your hair because you're just like a basic bitch.
They were like, you should cut. Yeah.
I mean,
it's hard,
I'm
man.
not gonna lie. Like, why would you? That look is so 2000.
That's what they're trying to say, though. Yeah, like that's that time. Now it's not that time anymore.
It's not that time. It's the hashtag Me Too now. It's like you gotta be different. You gotta be cool. You gotta be like edgy. Okay, moving on to the phone call with Malma right after this scene. She's like really heartbroken. She talks to her mom, and her mom's don't worry about it.
She's like, suck it up, bitch.
just go there.
Like, I'm sick over here. Make me proud.
Yeah, just like, I gave you everything you need. So then there was that quick moment. And then it cuts to Canvas and Brandon in the studio.
I love this scene. I really did. I really appreciated Canvas.
So what did you like about this moment?
I honestly felt like she did have this story. Like, I could already tell. I was like, who's this girl? Like, where's her parents? Like, she seems like such a, like, lone survivor. Yeah, like, I'm like, she must have a crazy, like, backstory. And sure enough, like, she's like, she opens up to Brandon and she shows him, like, her music. And she's like, I had a really, really hard upbringing. I was, like, homeless. Mm-hmm. I've been alone since I was 16, so I just kind of write to like escape my life and whatever. And he was like, wow, like that's amazing, like you can write about real shit, because like I was like born like very privileged. He was like, we're both artists, but like you have a real story, I don't. Basically, like, I don't have anything. And I'm like, in that moment I'm like, girl, I'm so rooting for Canvas right now. I really am. I'm like, I think I like her. I still feel like both her and Madison are too good for Brandon. Exactly. Thank you that you said that. I was just gonna say that. I'm like, I don't even care about her getting onto Brandon. She deserves so much more than this idiot. I just want her to have more lit storyline. Yeah, and I want her to like be a musician. I want her to be her own musician. Exactly. Without him. Exactly. Like, go and do your own thing, girl. You got some poetry up in those books. Like, go live your life. So he's like, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this for you, okay? He's like, you can come to my show. Okay, thanks, Brandon. Like, I was gonna come anyways. Like, it's like free so entry. Helpful. Worse. So that was his like advice to her. Like, I don't know. He's like, come to my show, look at me sweating, and we'll be fine. He's so Anyway, then it cuts to Madison and Kelsey, and they're going out with some models. Ooh, those New York boys.
And we got some flirt on with this new one. Jason? Is it Jason?
I think so. He was cute.
He was cute.
Yeah.
And Madison is just flirt
Yo,
on,
Madison was like lit. Like I think she was like really lit.
On.
Turn.
Level
excited.
9. Yeah.
For sure.
How did you feel about this whole moment? Did you feel like it was natural? What would you do in a situation like that?
I felt like it was a little fake just because I felt like the way their conversation like unraveled, I was like, they're trying to make it look like she's interested and like they're like cutting it to like Brandon and like thing. And I'm like, it just kind of feels fake. But I loved it. I was like, girl, get him. Like, he's cute.
He's cute. Yeah, for sure. I mean, can you resist? And
it was funny how like they focused on her more than like Kelsey, who like is the single one, model, like she, like, you know, and she's like the single one, like she has no attachment. True. So like,
that's true. They were like, you don't have drama right now, cut. So
yeah, but like let's go to Madison, which makes it feel even more fake.
so there's that really like quick scene. They're like, oh, we're gonna go to Marquee next week.
I guess like that's like the hot spot maybe because Madison got like really excited.
She's like, yes. So that was like the next scene after, and then it cuts to
Kelsey's like, chill, girl.
Yeah. And I think at one point in time, like this is like when her voiceover comes through and she's like, her good girl demeanor is going to be tested. I was like, okay, relax, Kelsey, with your voiceover. Like, who wrote this voiceover? Then it cuts to Kelsey, take 3. She's going to the modeling agency, last one. And I wrote down, Kelsey just sounds so dead. Like, she just doesn't seem excited. And it has nothing to do with the fact that she feels like she's been beaten down because, girl, this is your only chance to meet Wilhelmina freaking agencies. We know that from Top Model. You need to get up in there and you need to, like, work your shit. And you didn't. So... sorry. So
you're kind of saying like she has no personality.
I just feel like she doesn't exude a personality. Yeah. And I'm not saying that like as a model you even really need to have one because you're just taking pictures and walking down a runway. But you do because it's all in the eyes. Once again, hashtag Tyra Banks taught me that. So you need to like have to bring something to the table. Otherwise you're just a blank canvas. And in this moment, you're not a pretty canvas.
And you're not the canvas that they want right now. So like it doesn't work for you.
I do like the advice that Wilhelmina gave her. Like move to commercial and it like massaged her into the idea of commercial because at the end of the day, Kelsey, sorry about it, but you missed your mark and now you got to move on to the next thing in your career if you still want to do modeling. So I thought that was like really a good moment. And it's like,
and like there must be money in commercial.
Of course there's money in
like
commercial.
She's acting like she's like her only thing.
Well, that's the thing. And that's what like the woman from Wilhelmina was trying to say. She's like, don't think that commercial is like below editorial. You still make money and like you're on billboards. Just like get over yourself. Like it's not that big of a deal in comparison. So whatever. So there's that. And like who knows if she's gonna be able to do commercial. You know what I mean? So like let's see. Anyway, then it cuts to Juliette and her mother
Fabienne. I loved this scene. My favorite scene of the episode is this scene.
Okay, so let's
because it felt the most real.
Walk us through it.
So basically, her and her mom Ziz, they go shopping, and her mom, like as we saw from last week's episode, like her mom is like the real deal. Like she says it how it is. She tries to like put like Juliette in her place, and we see more of this in this moment, which I love because it did feel very, very real. And Juliette was like, "Mom, like I'm gonna see Alex now," and her mom's like, "Yeah, but what about Garrett? Like where that man's go?" And she's like, "No, Garrett's like too boring. He's too nice." And here we are again. Like at this conversation where like the nice guy does finish last, all that's like he does like she had a good guy.
Here's the thing too, they just didn't have that
connection.
Didn't
have the connection. 100% they didn't. 100% they didn't. And she was like, all my jokes like he doesn't even laugh at because like I bet you her jokes are like stupid, privileged like jokes, and Garrett's like nah, like I'm not like that though.
Exactly, they just didn't fit.
They don't fit. They don't fit. Anyway, so her mom's like, okay, but like Alex cheated on you like multiple times, like
you were not happy,
better be careful, like what are you doing, whatever.
And she's like, it's just, and then she was like, why don't you just be single for a hot second?
Honestly, the best line, like her mom looked at her and she goes, have you ever thought of just being alone for like a little bit? Like how about that? Like just do your school, work on your education, like do you. And like Juliette just like rolls her eyes. She's like, that's like so
she's like
fun.
Sounds like fun. I'm like, yo, you need to
like your mom just like checked you right now and like you didn't listen to her advice. So like, stupid. But it's really cool to see that like these kids do come from like good homes. Like her mom does give pretty like good advice.
That's the truth. You know what it is?
It's just like, do you take it or not?
We always hate on these kids and be like, oh, they're such privileged families or whatever. Yeah, maybe they're a little privileged, but clearly her mom's like a smart woman. Good ass advice. Like she's been through it clearly, so she knows. It's just Juliette being like that dumb idiot, like young kid, and you just hope for the best for them. Anyway, then it cuts to Kelsey saying her bad decisions, we're gonna catch up to her. And then it was commercial break. So I just wanted to preface it with like, once again, like just laying in these really deep, dark, heavy, like foreshadowing moments. Okay, now we got the chunky chunks. Brandon's party cut in with Madisson and Kelsey's at party up in New York City. So then first it cuts to like Brandon, and he's like, yo, like we're rapping.
So basically like Brandon's about to perform. All these girls like are on his D like so hard. I'm like, oh my god, they are in love with him. Yeah, like they were running up to him, being like, "Do you remember me?" I'm like,
Savannah Unana. There's like some other next girl. There's some other next girl. So anyways, and then Canvas is like the one that we.
She's like trying to lurk him, but like she doesn't even get a chance. Yeah, at this point, doesn't even like her.
He's like take a number at this point, which is like disgusting.
So then he gets on stage. What did you think about his performance?
Well, first of all, you don't gotta take your shirt off to be good at singing, and you still weren't good. So that's what I gotta say about that. That's all.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
He's just I'm just not a fan. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Here's the tea. I'm just not a fan of Brandon. Period. Statement. I guess it just at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what he does. He can be the best artist in the world, and I just won't like him. Yeah. So unfortunately, it just not feeling him, feeling his music, feeling his energy. I feel like it's really, really fake. I feel like it's coming from a place, like you said, of privilege. And, you know, like when you talk about deep shit, you got like Kendrick Lamar out here and he's talking about realness, and you're talking about like living in Florida with your parents who like divorced. Okay, that's not that big of a difference. And like
grinding on them hoes, like whatever. Relax. Anyway, so he does his performance. He kills it, according to the people in that bar.
Well, everyone was drunk, so... You know,
let's just talk real quick about Pauly and Paige. Yeah. I was like, what? Yeah. She was messed up. She
couldn't even get her straw.
Yeah, like I looked at her face. I'm like, yo, this girl's messed up now.
I got nervous for her, actually, to be completely honest. I was like,
and like she seems like someone who always has her shit together. Yeah. Because like she was like the one that giving advice last week. Right. But like now she's like unraveling.
She's unraveling.
And like Pauly's there to pick her up.
I don't like Pauly. I feel like he's such a creep.
Yeah, he is.
He really made me nervous in this moment. I was like, he's like, I'm actually not a weirdo. I'm just like it's hard for me to like express myself. And then they start making out, and I was like, ugh, everything about the situation is gross. She's gonna regret that in the morning. So yeah, there's all these people that start lurking in on Brandon, essentially. Yeah. And
the night starts like winding down, I guess.
Right.
And he's like, he kind of just dips with somebody.
Somebody next him, first of all. Some ish next her.
She was so dirty.
And then she's like, are you gonna come stay with me tonight?
Yeah. It sounded like they had hooked up before.
Or like maybe they know each other. They used to date or something. I don't know. But it was like a weird situation. Then he's like, okay, let's go over here. And then he disappears. Yeah,
let's go this way, whatever.
All the while, oh my God, the cut-tos back and forth were like giving me life, first of all. Madison's like enjoying living her best life in New York City at Marquee.
This guy's like grinding up on her.
Hottest model.
He like wants to make out with
her.
And she's like, no, like I can't.
So like, yeah, he like literally goes in for a kiss, and she pushes him away like 3-4 times and rejects him. And I was like, girl, good job. You are an honorable, good woman.
Loyal.
Cut to man's getting fucking necked and then leaving with like another woman. Yeah. What's wrong with this situation?
That was disgusting. If that's real and actually what happened, disgusting.
If it's not real, it's still disgusting, because MTV, why you be pulling this bullshit? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not okay with fake drama either. Like, even if you
don't
you're like, please,
if you're not okay with fake drama, don't watch Siesta Key. Just stop watching MTV in general.
I'm just not okay with like a moment like this taking it to that extreme. Do you know what I mean? Like, live with those moments, sure, but like if they're taking it to the fact that like it's all orchestrated, where they're like, okay, now you guys are gonna hold hands and you're gonna walk down that area.
Yeah,
and then
I think what's worse is that Brandon agreed to the storyline. Like, if this was fake, the fact that Brandon, as a man who has a girl at that time, agreed to this storyline, Like, come on.
Because it makes you
have
look
some more integrity.
Stupid,
yeah,
and it makes
exactly.
her look stupid.
Exactly.
So don't be doing that to my girl Madison.
So either way, it's just a bad situation.
Yeah, I agree. So
and then the next morning, right?
Yeah. So real quick, then there's like the one moment where like it shows Juliette and Alex being the only normal couple this episode, which I was like, what the hell? They were sitting on the couch like watching Netflix.
Yeah.
And then then the next morning it cuts to Madison and Kelsey, and they're on the bridge and they're just like highlighting the trip and being like, yo, this is what I learned, this is what I didn't learn. Madison's pretty cheesed that she can't get in contact with Brandon. And it's a good point that you mentioned that they're still on the same coast, because then I was like, oh yeah, she can't get in contact with him because there's like a time difference. There's no time difference, so he has no excuse not to like pick up his damn phone and call his damn girlfriend after like 24 hours. Yeah. This man could be dead, you know what I mean? Or she could, you know what I mean? Like, it's so tight. I don't like that kind of shit when it comes to relationship stuff, just as a side note. So there's that. And then
it's like the morning of. Yeah. And we basically, like, a beautiful shot, like beautiful shot on the side. And you see like Brandon leave for the front door, and you see like the captions, and she's basically saying like, see you later, BG. See you later. I'm like, oh my God, he totally fucked her. And then like he just like walks away, like walks down the stairs. I'm like, wow.
Walks into his Uber, and then he like dips, and that's the end of the episode. So yeah, let's get into our recap roundups.
Best moment. I think my best moment is gonna go to Garrett breaking up with Juliette, because I feel like it was like the first moment I was like, okay, Garrett, like you have some balls, like, get it, like you got it. He killed it. He was so savage. I was like, let's be done with this fake storyline now. Let's move on.
My best moment was Madison batting away a kiss from like one of the sexiest models around.
Yeah. Or saddest moment. That could be a sad moment.
I thought it was the best moment because I was like, get it, girl. Like, you're like you appreciated it. Yeah, good job, girl. Yeah. Like, that's something that like really takes a lot of balls, because I don't know if I would be able to do that shit.
I mean, my thing with that is always like, I feel like at the end of the day, this is all fake, because they know there's cameras around lurking in the club.
Of course, she's well aware. If you're gonna
cheat on someone, like don't cheat like
on camera.
Exactly.
But then again, like that's what her man does. So like, you know, we'll see.
He's stupid. WTF moment. My WTF moment is gonna go to Paige and Polly together, because I was like, what? At first I didn't recognize her, and I'm like, wait, that's her. That's Madison's sister. I'm like, oh my God, she is sloshed right now, and he is taking advantage of it. Like yeah. And even like Chloe seeing it, she's like, yo, they're making out. Like, it was funny.
Also, on a side note, like this whole episode, Chloe's like just checking everybody's drama. Yeah. She was like, ooh, all the girls are up on you, Brandon. Yeah. Like, she's well aware. So we'll see her come through in the next episode, I'm sure. Yeah. My WTF moment goes to Juliette getting back with Alex in 0.22 seconds after she broke up with Garrett. Yeah. I was just like, what?
Cut to.
Yeah, like literally next scene, you're dating him. So I was like, what the fuck? That was too fast.
MVP. My MVP is gonna go to Fabienne, Juliette's mama, because I was like, cool. Yo, mommy for the win right now. She like laid down some good like advice. Yeah. And I appreciated it. And yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
My MVP is Def, as always. My girl Madison, killing it every single week. Thank you for being you.
Thank you.
I just love her.
LVP.
My LVP, and this was hard because I literally had like the entire cast written down as my LVP because everyone was so dumb and so useless. Yeah. I'm gonna say Brandon, just because he's LVP all the time. Yeah. He sucked at his rapping. He sucked at life. Yeah. He sucked at being a good boyfriend. He just sucks. Like, he sucks. I do not like him. I don't know what it is. Like, I just don't like him. Yeah. And like, even seeing him and Canvas together, I'm like, girl, you could even do better than this. Like, move on.
Like, move on to something else. Yeah. For sure. My LVP was Polly, because I wrote, why are you still up in this business? I feel like he's so past this generation and this moment. Literally seeing him beside little sister Paige, like, you can see there's an age gap there, and it just made me feel very uncomfortable, and it made me realize even more, like, why are you still up in this show, bro? Like, go away.
The best line.
Did you have a best line?
My best line is Fabienne's line when she's like, don't you think it's just good to like be alone for a little bit? Like, maybe take a break from boys and focus on your school and focus on your life, and then like think about it after. I was like, thank you, mommy.
Thank you, mommy.
Great advice.
Great advice.
Did she take it? No. That's okay.
My best line is actually from the exact same moment, but it's from Juliette, and it's that's not how it's supposed. These are super cute.
Yeah.
She was looking at jeans and she's talking about her relationship with Garrett, and she gets so quickly sidetracked about these adorable jeans that she just found.
Yeah.
And it just like,
it's her.
It's her.
It's her.
It's
in
her.
that exact moment.
So it killed me, and I just like had to like wrote it down. So yeah, that's the episode, guys. Let us know what you guys think about these Siesta Key recaps. I know that we kind of took a hiatus and then came back, and we're back on them. But let me know what you guys think about the reviews. Let us know what you guys think about the show this half of the season. Are you hating it? Are you agreeing with us? Is Brandon the LVP of life? Is Madisson the MVP of the world? Yeah, comment below, like, share, subscribe. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.